Hey there, welcome back guys. This video is for those that are locked out of their Chromebook and want to do a hard reset with the software and reprogram everything so it's good as new. So without any further ado, let's get started. Let's say this is your Chromebook. It's going to start up and then, well, it'll start up. That's about it. And then you can't log in because you either forgot your parental controls password or your regular passwords. Like you see here, it says login. Don't worry, I'll show you guys. And we don't know the password. My kids changed it. That's how clever they are. But they locked themselves out too, and me. They're like, I don't remember the password. Neither do I. How could I remember it? Because I never said it. So we can set it and forget it. Without any further ado, let's get started. You're gonna need a either a USB chip, right? A little micro USB, or one of these that can go in on the side, I believe. If there's a slot, this one doesn't have a slot. Well, if you have them, oh, this one has a card slot, so that would mean not this one, but this one. Okay, so knowing that, moving forward, if you have a micro card, you'll have to use that. We're going to use a regular USB. It has USB and USB-C, so you decide which connection is right for you. And without any further ado, let's get started. You're going to want to power off the machine because you're going to need the model number. Okay, so to get the model number, we'll just move this out of the way and show you guys here what you want to do on your keyboard. You're going to click on your keyboard, right? You're going to hold the escape and that twirly key, you know, the refresh button at the same time when you power it on. Okay, so hold down escape and the refresh button, let it power on, make sure it's powered off. See, look. And we got this screen right here. I'll show you guys. See? And the model number is right down there. Whoops. Can you see it? Underneath. That's the model. That's the model number for this machine. And you'll have to do the same thing to get the model number for whatever machine you have. Now that we've got the model number, we could just leave it on this screen because we're going to use it in a second. Go to the link in the description down below. And you're going to open up that link in Chrome. See that? So this is what you'll see. You're going to open up Chrome. Make sure you have the latest version of Chrome. Okay. Knowing that and moving forward, just going to quit that because we don't need that. And add to Chrome. Right. Add extension. And see, it's added there. And if you don't see it, you'll click. Oh, I don't see it. All right. So then you'll scroll in, look for it. And it should be, where is it? We have chat, we have here, manage extensions, right there. And you want to click on the little pin so you could nail it to the browser up there. You see now it's there. And then see now it opens up. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take this, right? Looks like we don't have one. We'll have to lose one of the cameras. Actually no, we have a port right here. We're going to put it in here on the side, okay? And then it should recognize it, get started. Remember, if you have any external devices connected to your machine, make sure you know the names of them because you do not want to accidentally erase them, okay? So select model. For me, I'm going to select this one because, remember, I typed it in, so I just cut and paste it in. But you'll type in the first, like, quarter of it, and then it automatically will self-correct and populate the correct model. Knowing that, moving forward, remember, you need that model number. I thought it was the number like C10, C3, but no, it's not. That's the model number when you get into the recovery screen. We can select continue. See, and I'm going to select the drive. That's the drive here, the USB. Remember, if you're not sure, disconnect every drive you have connected to your computer so that you only have one, because you don't want to accidentally erase all your important stuff. Okay, knowing that, continue, create now, see, and then voila. Now we'll just create it. We'll let it create the magic. Takes about 2 minutes, sometimes 4, depending on the write speed to your drive, or sometimes these are a little bit slower, the micro, if you're going to use this. Right there. Okay, knowing that, and then remember, this one is in recovery mode. You could always reboot the experience in the meantime in case things start glitching out like they have here. I'm like, what? Started writing some sort of BIOS. So that's okay. What we'll do is we'll shut it down. And remember, hold down those two keys, right? The escape and the refresh button. All right, in case you're wondering, while that's doing that, we'll show you. See? So we're going to reboot. Hold down the escape and refresh button, and then the power. And then, see? Voila. It's really fast and instantaneous. And the other one's actually almost finished, which is great. See that? And then we just pop it in, and then the magic will happen. And then you'll be back and running in no time, hopefully. And I like this. It's really. I wish all the other computers actually work this way. But you might be prompted to type in a password because it needs to write. So knowing that and moving forward, needs to write onto the disk. So I was just prompted for my password. 40 seconds, which is great. And then this one should, move that. We'll move that like that so that you guys can see. And transition it to there. See, almost there. But remember, we haven't done anything to this yet. We're just creating a startup disk, which, as you can see, it's going to take 3 minutes. For you guys, it might happen in real time because I might just speed things up and push it along. But you want to see it. You want to see what happens because sometimes things glitch out. So this is the channel, everything that glitches. So we're not going to cut anything out. We're going to leave it in for the full process so that you can see, because you might not experience what I experience here, and you'd be like, wait, what? Because we cut it out, right? And we're like, oh, I want that too. And then you get to like a crash screen, like you saw the BIOS, like that wasn't supposed to happen. I put the computer there thinking that I can just wait until later and come back to it, but as you saw, it required a reboot. So stay tuned, watch and see what happens if things start bugging out, glitching out. We've got you covered because we'll include all that too, so that you know what to do. Knowing that moving forward, remember your model number is down here. Just put in the first quarter of it, and then it automatically self-corrects and populates and knows, oh, I know that number, and then it just will generate everything that's just right for you. This is great. I remember doing this years ago. There's probably a video on the internet from many years ago when I had to do this, but I didn't think I'd have to do it again. And I was like, wait, how did I do that again? Like, do I bring it to Best Buy? And then it all just came to me. It's like, I remember escape, reload, and power. And then that's it. Chromebooks are pretty good, but they do have an expiration date. If you go into your settings and look into software updates, it tells you when it will no longer be supported, which is a little bit of a bummer. I think they've got about 2 or 3 more years left on this one. For this, we got 1 minute left, and hopefully we'll be able to take the disk out, right, and then pop it in, and then it automatically knows what it's looking for. But again, if you start getting a BIOS or some sort of code writing on its own, don't worry about it. Just reboot it, and as you can see, you got here. And it's a good thing the firmware is not locked on here, like some Macintosh machines where if you lock the firmware, there's no way you're going to rewrite anything except for maybe a check in your checkbook for a new machine if the firmware is actually locked, so the software can't be updated. We are at 56 seconds. Nice. And it's pretty much to the T when it comes to the time on the countdown on how much time is left. See, sort of. I guess I spoke too soon because, as you can see, it went from 1 minute to 55 seconds and then 47, and then the rest will just self-correct from there. Glad I had an extra port that we were going to have to disconnect a camera. Chromebooks are great for kids. I mean, when they're a little bit older in middle school. Actually, they won't need one when they're older because some schools just give it to them. Chromebooks as part of the standard experience. So this one will just become obsolete. They just need it for some additional stuff. It's not really recommended for gaming. But look, we got 22 seconds here because the gaming experience is so slow. Unless there's a Chromebook designed for gaming. But 13 seconds on the clock. And hopefully nothing 9 minutes into our recording, and looks like we're doing pretty good. Not bad, huh? Yeah, remember, choose your model accordingly. 23C, we went from 0 seconds. Don't remove your recovery media. That's called the recovery disk, which is great. I've seen them use something similar to this at the Apple Store. They have this big fat drive, and they connect to your computer and able to run some diagnostics or restore. I was like, I want that. I wish I could have that. Now imagine bringing that wherever you go. I'll just plug it right in, and then there is like a master startup disk. That's it. So then what we do is we're going to select done. Voila, now you can remove it, right? Now I'm just gonna remove it, and I'm gonna go to this screen right here so that you guys can actually see and be part of the experience, because it is a Chromebook, so it could actually bend over backwards. I might want to remove this thing right here. Just put it on the floor. I gotta clean that anyway. We're gonna flip it back, okay, so that you guys can watch here on this one. And then what you do is you plug it in, right, and then it should self-correct and recognize it. See, the screen goes blank, and you see, voila. Just verifying the integrity of the machine. Hopefully, you know, the kids didn't spill water on it or anything. We'll just move that like that so that you guys can see and follow along. Not bad, right? And it takes, this one is a little bit longer, but it should do the trick. Yeah, there we are. This will take a few minutes. Please do not turn off computer. So you want to make sure your computer is charged, and if it's not charged, make sure you have a charger nearby. Like I have one actually over here laying handy, because you never know how long it's going to take. And the last thing you want is for your machine to be turned into a brick. Looks like I might be out of ports, but thankfully I know it's pretty charged, so we're good. Oh, there goes a port right there. See, just you never know. You don't want it to be updating, pushing the new OS, and then all of a sudden go, it's dead. All right, so knowing that, moving forward, my kids will be happy. Hopefully they don't do that again where they reset everything. I had to do 2 of these machines, so I think I'm going to enable parental controls, so that gives them the experience and everything they need. But if they want to change some of the settings, they won't be able to. I've done that before where they have these time limit apps or extensions that you add, but they don't work. The kids figure it out and like, oh, I'm just going to disable that extension, and then they have time limit forever. But with the parental controls app, it sort of limits them. So you probably want to keep this in your browser, the extension, because you never know. Once every couple of years you might have to do this, unless it's their school machine. The school machines pretty much have them on lockdown. Roblox works on here, but it's a little bit laggy. What do you guys think? What are you guys doing with your Chromebooks? Are you doing Roblox or in other applications, other games? The web games work pretty good. If it's a website URL that they can go to where they can play these touchscreen games, not a problem. Because they pretty much operate in real time. It's the games that you download that just don't have that fluid experience that works right for the kids, or maybe even for you. Some people have Chromebooks in the schools to use for the drone programs, where they use Scratch, but there are different versions of Scratch that only work on certain machines. See, please remove media, and your computer will restart automatically. Pray it works. All right, let's see. So, keep this handy. Remember, this is like it has USB and USB-C, and you decide which one you want. I got lucky with this one. I can't remember why I got it, but I remembered I had it. I was like, where is it? I went crazy looking for it. Oh, see, there you go. Welcome to your Chromebook. Look at that. Get started. And now we're just going to connect to a Wi-Fi. We'll go to here. Connect. Can't believe they still have that from their middle school on there. And then hopefully it'll connect. Voila. So we're just going to select personal use. Go here. Checking for updates. It'll update. And then installing latest updates. We can do, so there are about 11 minutes left in here. I'm going to cut this part out so that you guys can see. It'll just happen for you guys in real time. What is that? So it won't let you use, skip remind me later. That's okay, we can skip that and we'll sign in, and I'll show you how to do the update from the logging in to your machine. So then I'm going to type in the password here to log into the email. So I'm going to type in my child's. Okay, now hopefully if that's their correct password, it should let me in. and voila. Well, sort of. And then we can update it. See, just go through the prompts of continue and accept, continue and accept. Create password for this Chromebook. Yeah, why not? Not really. It's like so they can log in. I'm just gonna do, there we go. And then now we'll press enter. Instead of setting a password, set a pin. Okay, let's set a pin. And now we'll just select next. We'll just make sure our screen doesn't fall asleep on us. And select done. And then it should bring us onto the prompt screen. Any minute, any day. Voila. I might install Roblox later. Let them install what they want to install. They don't need my permission for that. Just as long as they remember the passwords to those accounts. We'll just skip and then skip and then get started. Voila. Oh wow. Oh, it's in touchscreen mode probably because we flipped it back, and then it probably, yeah, then it goes back to the regular screen. That's a nice little feature. And then if we go here, right? If you go into here and then click on the little thing, toggle cog key, and then you click on, I believe it's about Chrome OS, and then you see it's updating automatically. So we skip that screen. But then there's another screen that tells you how long this will actually be supported for. See, this device will get automatic software and security updates until 2029. So we got a good few years on it. So that's the beauty of I like about the Chromebooks. I wish the other machines did that, so I knew when, you know, to level up with the Mac. But when you buy a Mac, you probably just want the latest one. That's pretty much it. Kind of neat, huh? Gotta love it. I'll just bring this back, and now things are back to normal. And hopefully they can remember the password to their machine. And if we go here, we can go to Chrome. See the little splash screen over there. We'll just say got it. And hold on 1 second. Got it. And let's see if it goes CNN. Not that the kids would go there, but just want to try. And voila. See, we're able to get the latest news. So that, yeah. That's it. Anyway, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. Or ideas for other videos. Remember to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all next time.